All right, Shannon, you were on that 2000 Ravens team, so I bet you can weigh in here.
Yes.
Do you like or do you have a problem with what Micah said?
Yeah, but the problem that I have is that they won't allow you to play defense like that in 2000. They changed all the rules. I should have called for some of the copies and watched so you could see how the defensive line attacked the quarterback. You could see how Ray and the secondary just decapitated some of those receivers. Skip, you can't play like that. It was about intimidation. The Ravens once gave up an 86-yard drive, the opening drive against the Cleveland Browns. Go look it up. They gave up 86 yards. The rest of the game, they gave up 14 yards. What do you think the likelihood is, Skip? You can't play defense like that. But it doesn't just translate because everybody just came back. Because guess what? We brought everybody back basically except Ken Herring on the defense that started, and it wasn't the same in 2000. There have been very few defenses that you can say from 1 year they've been really good, unless you look at the 70 Steelers, Skip. They were good. They were good throughout the decade of the 70s.
The whole decade.
But they had like 7 Hall of Famers. I don't look at, when I'm looking at the Cowboys, I don't see no 7 Hall of Famers. So I'm going to say it's going to be a lot more difficult than what they think. But the problem is, what are you going to do when your quarterback is throwing pick sixes and turns the ball over once, twice every game and puts you in harm's way? That's the problem, is that when your quarterback puts the opposing offense on a short field, eventually that bites you in the back. I got no problem with it. I mean, he should have the utmost confidence in him. He says he wants to be a hand in the dirt player every single down. He wants to attack the quarterback. He wants more impact plays. He feels he can do that if he's going forward as opposed to at any point in time retreating. But Skip, I mean, Skip, Dak threw in 14 starts through 17 picks. What are you going to do about that, Skip?
Okay, my turn. You did play for this team,
I
so
did.
you know what you're talking about as well as anybody would ever know.
I saw it up close and personal.
You actually practice against it and would stand on the sideline and watch it within feet of your eyes. You would see and hear the licks that were delivered to the offense. Okay.
Micah, that defense in 16 games gave up 165 points.
I looked at the playoff scores. You started with your ex-team, the Broncos, at home, and you beat them 21-3.
Thank you.
Then you went to Tennessee. I was there in the front row of the press box, and it was as physical a football game as I've ever personally witnessed up close and personal, and it wound up 24-10 to 10. And then you go to Oakland, and it was man. It was for all the marbles. Remember, it's hard to even get to the stadium because it was just... You want to talk about an epic event in the city of Oakland? This was it. And the final score was 16-3, and you caught a touchdown pass in that game that made it what? Was that the first
7-0, yep.
Okay, 7-0. 16-3. New York Giants in the Super Bowl is 34-7.
Oh, no, hold on, Michael. I just want you to know that 7 was on a kick return. So in 4 games, that defense gave up 16 points. 4 into 16 is 4. They averaged up giving 4 points a game.
Aha. All right. So I like the chutzpah. I like I just like the spirit of this still very young man. It's a mouthful that he just said, but I do think they're going to have the best defense in pro football. The problem is the rules are not going to allow it to be as suffocating as your defense was. Okay, I got that. But relative to what they're going to face next year, they could be in the ballpark with the impact of the 2000 Ravens
Because, Skip, the thing is, you attack the quarterback, you hit him too hard, guess what? You just gave him a first down. You hit the receiver too hard, now all of a sudden you're giving him a first down.
What did you do to Rich Gannon?
Goose, rest his soul, Goose dislocated his shoulder. We knocked Achilles Smith. I mean, it was Skip. I mean, you feel you had won the game if your quarterback played 4 quarters because they was knocking the quarterback out of the game.
All right, so the problem with this statement is that Micah took an unintentional shot at his quarterback because he's basically saying...
If they can't score, they can't win.
Like, who cares what our quarterback does because the other team can't score anyway. So he is sort of equating Dak to Trent Dilfer, who became your quarterback. He wasn't always that year. But he went 7-1 in his starts in the regular season.
We lost the first start against Pittsburgh. We lost 9-6.
Okay. 9-6.
9-6.
And yet Trent Dilfer during the regular season went 12 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. So it was kind of Dak-esque, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
He threw 2 picks against the Cowboys, and we shut him out. We beat them 27-0, and Trent threw 2 picks.
I don't even remember that game because I've forgotten that game because I meant to forget it.
I remember.
Okay. During the postseason, Trent Dilfer went 3 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Yeah.
Okay. Could Dak go 3-1 if they made a run to the Super Bowl?
But Skip, there was no sugarcoating who we were. We were a running team. Jamal was going to run the football. Jamal was getting 30 carries. So who are the Cowboys? You paying $40 million. Are you sure you're going to turn around and hand the ball off 35, 40 times, Skip?
I think Deuce Vaughn is going to be Deuce's loose revelation.
Okay.
I think he's going to be the steal of the draft as a 6th-round pick.
Right.
Tony Pollard keeps saying, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back.
Right.
I'm right on schedule to be 100% for the opening of training camp.
Okay.
You trust it? I don't know. He had the tightrope surgery in his ankle, and it's been good for others,
I mean, when you're looking at training camp, what, the late July, 20, somewhere 20 to the 25th?
Okay. All right. Is he going to be 1,000% Tony Pollard, who had a breakout season last year? I hope so, but I can't guarantee it to you. We talk about Ronald Jones. He's just a banger. He's a professional back who can't change your life. But in the rotation, he can be pretty good.
You don't want Zeke back?
Okay. No, I do not want Zeke back. And I don't think they want Zeke back. And God bless him. But he had a great first 3 seasons with Dallas. And then he hit the wall that he used to try to run through. And I just don't see it unless Jerry wants him around just for sort of team leadership on a very minimum contract. I don't see his place in the rotation. I'm right here, right now. I will tell you, Ronald Jones is a little bit better of a banger back than Zeke would be this coming year. Wow. Well, what did you see from him last year? He fell all the way down to 55 yards a game.
I've been seeing it for the last couple of years. I was trying to get you to see it.
Okay, you did. He is 1 yard in a cloud of dust. It's hard to watch. And yet, Mike McCarthy says, we're going to run the damn football. Well, you ran it. You were pretty balanced last year. Unfortunately, you kept handing it to 21, and he was going 1.
You start behind the sticks.
Right, he's behind the sticks. It's hard to overcome that.
Yeah.
And it probably put a little bit of heat on his best buddy in the world, on Dak, because he didn't have the security blanket. My God, when Dak was a rookie, I thought he had the greatest rookie year ever of a quarterback, even beyond RG3's rookie year. But Shannon, I look back on it now, Zeke didn't just lead the league in rushing. He dominated pro football as a rookie, which, as you know, from the running back position, it'll translate quicker than any other position. Right. Well, he had his greatest year in his rookie year. And no other year that he had measured up to his rookie year, right?
No.
The best was the first. And then we started to slide downhill, slowly but surely. Okay? So can they carry it more and more effectively than they did last year? Well, every time Tony Pollard touched the ball, great things happened, right? Right. He can catch it. You can flip it to him. You can flip it to Deuce. Right. You can line up Deuce in the slot. Okay? Effectively, you can have a passing game of a running game in which you just pop pass to both those two backs and try to get them loose in space. Right. Look, I do like the idea of trying to be the 2000 Ravens because it's hard for me to justify what my quarterback did and didn't do last year. Right. And I love it's like Micah saying, I don't want to just take another little step to the NFC Championship game. Little step? We haven't been there for 28 years, right?
It'll be a giant step.
It would be a giant step. It would be a historical step.
They about to put man back on the moon before y'all get back to the championship game.
Would I take that? Sure, I would. In fact, I already predicted they would meet San Francisco at San Francisco in the NFC Championship game and lose because they always lose at San Francisco. Right. But the point is...
Y'all used to beat them out there.
Well, not really. It's the catch game. I mean, with the Dwight Clark game.
Yeah, y'all beat them out there 1 year.
The 92 year. Yeah, we broke through a year early, beat Steve Young. Right. Yeah. And
then they came back. Then y'all beat them. Y'all beat them at home, right?
In 93. Right. To get to that.
And then you beat the Packers in 95 in the championship game.
Yep, you got it. Okay, so I do love the gumption of this comment because he's speaking like incredibly positively but incredibly naively because a lot of people make the case the 2000 Ravens were the greatest defense ever. You could make the case that it was beyond the 85 Bears. Yes. Or Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Bucks, 02 Bucks.
Yeah.
The people look at the Steelers, I think 75 or 76.
You can sort of pick one.
But the thing is, statistically, on paper, the greatest defense ever assembled was the 86 Bears.
Okay.
When you look at the sack totals, the picks.
They just don't have the ring to support it.
That's when Charles Martin dumped Jim Kelly on his shoulder.
And that was that.
And that was the end of that. They ended up losing.
All right. But who's ever had a better playoff run on defense than what we just talked about? Nobody ever.
Nobody.
I mean, even the 85 Bears, I don't think they were.
It was close. They beat.
Maybe.
They shut out. I think they shut out the Rams. Mm-hmm. They gave up 10. They gave up 10, if I'm not mistaken, Skip, to the
Giants.
No, in the Super Bowl. To the Patriots,
New England.
To the Patriots.
Okay, but the Giants were the NFC Championship, or was it flipped? Was it the Rams? I was there for both of them.
I think they beat the Rams in the divisional game, right?
I'm backwards. I was there for both of them, and I can't remember which came first. But the point is, in very cold, windy weather, they beat Dieter Brock in the Rams, and our friend Eric Dickerson went nowhere slowly. And then it was so windy against the Giants. Remember the punter whiffed?
Yeah, Sean Landeta. I think it's Sean Landeta. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe if I look at the numbers, maybe the 85 Bears playoff numbers were right there.
Go back, look at the play-by-play. Look at the possessions of what happened in the Giants against the Ravens defense in the Super Bowl. It might have been the greatest performance you'll ever see.
It was a complete domination. It was.
It was either it ended in a punt, a fumble, or pick.
It was Kerry Collins, right?
It was a fumble. I mean, it was like fumble. It was like punt, pick, pick, INT, punt, pick. It was crazy. It was. But if they do that, man, that might, considering in today's game, if they were to play, if they do what the Ravens did, Skip, that'd be the greatest. It wouldn't even be close. You guys will win the Super Bowl. You win the Super Bowl 50-0.
I could take that. I would take 50-0. I'd take 5-0.
But your quarterback probably going to throw about 4-5 picks.
Well, he's got a history of doing just that. But maybe my defense will carry him along. That's the point. You won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer.
Whoa. I mean, you might need a Trent Dilfer. Your problem is your quarterback think he Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Oh, you think he needs to be more Trent-like?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Trent wasn't bad. He was like the fourth
pick in the draft.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Your
different.
only real loss on defense, big name-wise, was Anthony Brown, and you've added Stephon Gilmore, Skip. Should be a good year for your Cowboys, D.
We're real good.
All right. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.